Bob and I were just laughing because he paid me a compliment. He said in the 10 years we've been doing these little tete-a-tetes that I keep getting prettier. And I said, and you just don't age a bit.
No, I don't age a bit, except I had a little trouble getting out of bed this morning. I had to call the bell captain and the Red Cross, and they finally found all the parts and got me assembled, and here we are, ready for rehearsal.
Well, bully for them because you look magnificent. Hey, listen, let's show it to them in case they haven't seen it. This issue of Life magazine with our red, white, and blue boy, Robert Hope, there on the cover.
Pretty nice, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, and that story is quite a lengthy deal on you.
Yes, it is. Well, this gal followed me around and for many weeks and, interviewed a lot of people.
Yeah. Are you happy with the story?
Oh, yeah, it's all right. They have to make these things interesting, and there are a few little zingers in there, but that's the way they report today. And so you expect that.
There's one in there, if I may just cite it, and that is the quote, and I know it's out of context, something about war is beautiful, and I know that is a quote that got fouled up someplace in the
Yeah, well, it got fouled up because there's no war that's beautiful, and nobody knows more about it than I do because I've been visiting these our fighting guys for about 30 years come next May, and there's nothing beautiful about seeing an American kid in bed suffering or dying.
You might have said the kids are beautiful because...
Yeah, that's what I probably said,
yeah.
Because they are beautiful.
Yeah, but otherwise...
But you can't do anything about it. They print it, and there it is.
That's it. What are you going to do?
But there's a lot of good things, so I think the good outweighs the bad, which has always been true of our business and our country.
Bob, you have had, though, a marvelous rapport with the press. I have never met a press person that didn't absolutely adore you, and I'm president of the family.
Well, I have. I've met a few that haven't
really?
adored me. I'll have you read my scrapbook sometime. I've got a container right alongside of my scrapbook, and you can check that, Bobbie. They don't all adore me, but let's hope they do tonight, huh?
Oh, you've got a great audience coming for these scholarships.
Yeah, but I'm trying a new act here tonight. I'm trying to get a lot of new material about Sharpstown and about your Dallas Cowboys. And are they still in Dallas? No, and and a few little things about the President's State of the Union message. And
what did you think of that?
Well, I thought he turned Democrat. No, we're going to spend all the money, and we're going to give all the states a lot of money, and no matter, I don't know whether Maine will get too much, but, I thought that it was kind of a dazzling speech. Didn't you think so?
I did.
Sort of confused the commentators. They were spinning when they finally got to him.
Yeah, and they were saying generally good things about it, too.
Yeah, well, it was. It was very inventive, and he certainly came up with a lot of thoughts, and, the welfare ideas and the revenue sharing and all that stuff. I thought they gave it a lot of thought, I'll tell you that.
As a heavy taxpayer, you think you could come in for any of that revenue sharing?
Listen, I'd like to get a little back anyway. Just check how I can get a few dollars back. That's what I need, I'll tell you that.
Bob, one of the things that's been in the news quite a lot recently, and wanted to ask you since you just came back from Vietnam, that is the servicemen and the drug situation. What did you find out about that when you were there?
Well, I did find out through telling jokes that a lot of them have been exposed to it, but I think that's true of this country. A lot of our kids have been exposed to it. And our kids are smart enough that they find out, and when cases like the Jimi Hendrix and the Janis Joplin and the Sonny Liston kind of things point up the real danger of drugs. And I think our kids are smart enough to finally say, well, it's like when we go out and we ball it up a little too much and get a little too much liquor. It takes you a couple of days to finally think it over and say, hey, what am I doing? That bothered my last golf game, So got to kind of straighten up. And that's what happens with this other thing, because when you can get it like over there, it grows in some armpits over there, And they have little kids pushing this stuff outside of the gates. It's a fact.
I know.
And so you can buy it. It grows on the street and in taxi cab stands and different things. And so they try it, and they stay on it a little while. And it's great. It's a great concern to our military leaders, of course, because they just are very concerned about it. And most of the units that are in action, they themselves don't want a kid that's on pot or anything in their outfit because they don't want to get shot in the back.
Yeah. Is the military doing anything about it, Bob?
Oh, they're doing big things about it. They really are. In fact, I'm trying to get some outstanding athletes to do bits for the television, the AFRS network over there, and talk about it. And when we get back, I'm going to do one, and we're going to get several guys to talk about it.
Yeah, because there have been a few cases, at least, where the fellows have gone beyond marijuana to the hard side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Well, that's a danger all the time.
Yeah, yeah. But you and me, we were born with an edge on. We really don't need that stuff.
No, I knew Betty Hutton. I used to take from her. I've been jumping ever since.
I see you have the ever-present putter here.
Yeah, well, I use a sort of a cane and a little protection. You've seen some of my shows. So I stagger around with this thing. We're going to rehearse the show here in a few minutes.
Yes, if I'll let you, huh?
No, I'm not chasing you, but I saw the rehearsal last night, and I want to tell you, these students put on such a great first act. It was a great pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
Your first winner, Milton Justice, now is a part of your organization.
That's right, and he's a wonderful boy, and he's doing a great job.
Went to Vietnam with you?
Yeah, right.
And is Larry Carpenter going to be in the show?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's the second Hope Fellow.
Right.
And you're the original Hope Fellow. And Bob, I want to thank you very much for
Bobby.
delaying the start of your rehearsal today.
No, it's a pleasure to see you again.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Right.